Andrew's real favorite thing on the farm, tractors and vehicles. Sometimes drive them down hills and stuff. Not really, but. What's your favorite part about Grandpa Jason's house?
The goats.
The goats? We never see the goats. Which goat's your favorite goat?
Lucy.
Lucy? Do you like picking raspberries with Mom?
No.
No. Why not?
Boring.
Boring. This kid requires a lot of entertainment. What are your favorite things to play with outside besides goats?
Goats.
What do you find outside?
Sticks.
Sticks. I'm a single mom with a master's degree, and I can't picture a better way to raise my son than staying home with him and getting to homestead with him. So Andrew was in preschool last year and was sent home as many days as he stayed there. And it's a great school, but he was getting the message that he's a bad kid, and he is not a bad kid. He is smart and curious and a little wild. I want to be with him all the time, so I figured let's work with him, let's homeschool him. So it's been such a life changer to have him outside with me all the time. One of the biggest perks of homeschooling is that the love and trust between Andrew and I has just grown exponentially. He gets positive reinforcement all the time. We're one-on-one. It's just fun and learning without, kind of tired teachers trying to wrangle a kid that does not want to sit down. And I just feel really blessed to be able to provide that kind of education for him. One of the main benefits of homesteading with my family has been my brothers and dad, who love Andrew a lot and have been really excellent male role models. They help me, fill in the gaps with structure and discipline and give me the space to be just cozy mom that I want to be.
Here on the homestead, canning isn't just about food, it's about family. The effort of harvesting and processing the fruit is something that brings us all together.
So we're all out here together. It's my brother and his friend and my son. We're all out here picking raspberries. They're super ripe for harvest, and we're gonna preserve them in a jam later today. So these ones, see, these are too dry, so don't pick these ones. These are okay. Feel this one? Can you feel it, how it's still really hard?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not ready yet. But try this one. This one a little squishy. Oh, that's ready. That's really dark red. So look for purple ones that aren't so squishy dry. So this is our new Thirsty Earth gather bag. They've got all these little pockets for various tools. You can see on the inside, there are these little compartments that you can keep your food from crushing itself. Got my raspberries, and then have more compartments. They stack on top of each other. Kind of gives you extra versatility. Really loving it so far. I've also been sort of toting these around as little mini things. Raspberries are kind of nice for that. Oh, and then it's got all of these cool outside zipper cases. Girl loves pockets. And then it's got a backpack option or a side sling option, which I love that as well.
While we do have a big harvest this year, there's always room for improvement. As we're harvesting this crop, we're thinking ahead to what we can do to make the next one even better.
Permaculture is all about trial and error, and right now we've got what is a pretty healthy raspberry patch that's producing raspberries that are about half the size they should be. They taste delicious, but they're half the size they should be. So then we go into experiment, speculation, hypothesis mode, where we're wondering what's holding them back. We think it's maybe two things. We should be pruning them better than we're doing, and secondly, we think they're getting too much sun. Strangely, that can happen here in the high mountains, so we planted these black locusts to kind of start shading them out, but that won't be until next year. So it's a big experiment. It's always the way with permaculture.
Look at that one.
Are they good? Oh, they're so good.
A few episodes ago, we talked about the importance of taking head knowledge and putting it into practice. Greg is taking that advice to heart. He's been hitting up the range, and now he's ready to step it up a notch. And today, Jason is taking Greg through the dynamic range. This quarter-mile course has 60 targets, 30 for the handgun and 30 for the rifle. You get 20 minutes to hit as many targets as possible while still maintaining good discipline.
3, 2, 1, begin. Miss. Miss. 1. Okay, switching to rifle. We got 3 hits so far. Lean into it. 10. Nope. 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 17. No. We're looking over your gun. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. There you go, 30, 3, 2, 1. And 30 out of 60. What do you think?
I think that's like an F.
Shooting is a highly emotional game. Talk to me about what you're feeling going through it.
Number one is fatigue. I think in order to be effective, you gotta be in shape, so like somewhat. I feel it when it's like lean in, right? And I lean in and my back hurts. I got frustrated, I missed like 3 in a row. You gotta notice when you're frustrated and then cope with it. And then maybe just throwing my handgun at a target. I think I'm probably more effective with that. There's practice that makes perfect, and then there's perfect practice that makes perfect.
Under pressure, you revert to your lowest level of training. And we're seeing that, you know what to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, as you get back home.
Okay.
Let's go.
Thanks, brother.
Greg has identified several key weaknesses in his own abilities, and now he gets the chance to learn by watching the beginning of Jason's run of the course.
Nope.
9, 16, 22, 36, woo! 47, 56, woo! 59. Oh no, there it is. I still have time. Woo! Here it goes, number 60. Oh, 60! Woo! 6-0. Fun is the key to shooting well. It's like intensity is not your friend. What are the odds we're gonna ever have to use a firearm to defend our family? The odds are very, very low. But what are the odds that we can have a great time with our family practicing with firearms? The odds are 100%. Oh man, rough one. I had a rough time with one target. Scored a 60.
A 60?
Personal best.
Well, this is my secret weapon, is beef jerky. I was getting my snack on while you were down there.
Learning from others doesn't do much good if you don't put it into practice. Now Greg is going to take another shot at the course and see if he can beat his original score of 30 targets in 20 minutes.
There we go. 1, 2. Oh, 6. He shoots the one that got away from me. Oh, I saw the mash on that, baby.
Little mash.
No mashy mash. Come on. Woo! 8. If you're missing, you're mashing. Yes! 10. That's a nice shot. 17. 18. Woo! 10 minutes left. Oh, 26. Whew, that's a little plate. It's a tiny one. Stay in your gun. Yes! 30. 39. Come on, press. 43, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! 48. You went from 30 to 48 hits. What happened?
I don't know that this is in order, but repetitions.
Yeah.
Perfect practice. The form, I feel like I mashed less. Still a huge, huge opportunity.
But on the handgun, you went from missing all but 20% to hitting all but 20%.
So taking my time, having fun, that was definitely part of it. I had a lot more fun this round.
You were coming up out of your gun,
yes,
doing the prairie dogging?
Prairie dogging it. I feel a lot better, actually. I just think the more reps, again, like I said, I just think the more comfortable I am in this environment.
Yeah.
Today, Greg got a great opportunity to take his head knowledge and put it into practice. And he's got a laundry list of things that he can improve on at home or the next time he's at the range.
So what does it take to keep your family warm, especially if you live in a place with cold winters and the grid goes down? Because right now, pretty much 100% of all of us, our heaters depend on electricity and probably natural gas as well. So heating your house with wood fire is actually fairly easy to accomplish, but it requires wood. You definitely need more wood than you think. Unless you burn wood all winter long, which almost none of us have in our lifetimes, you will be amazed at how much it requires.
Now, the amount of wood that you'll need will depend on a number of factors, including size and insulation of your home, type of stove or boiler you're using, the length and severity of winter in your location. Depending on the answers, you may end up needing anywhere from 3 to upwards of 10 cords of wood.
Here on the homestead, Ari was a friend who lived here several winters, and he burned 6 cords of wood. What I'm standing in front of is probably barely 1 cord. And he burned 6 cords of wood every winter. So if you're thinking that your little wood pile in the backyard is gonna keep your family warm in the winter, do the math. Be thinking about wood, be thinking about drying wood, because green wood does not burn hardly at all.
It can take up to 18 months to properly season hardwood. So ideally, you want to have enough wood for 2 to 3 winters stored up, dry wood ready to go, and greener wood stacked and drying. But you don't have to have all that now. Maybe this year you're buying seasoned wood to build your stockpile. Oftentimes, homeowners are more than willing to have you cart off downed trees after storms. As long as you can do it safely and with permission, this can be a great way to build a stockpile without having to fell trees yourself.
We've set up wood piles all around our yard. It's always great to have a wood pile. This is also a habitat for all the predatory insects that live here, winter here, and then go into our food forest and protect all our plants by consuming the aphids, the pill bugs, and all of the detrimental bugs. So by creating habitat with our wood piles, we also create protection for our food forests and our permaculture plants.
Yay! There. Yeah!
I didn't hurt nobody. That lady was like that when I got here. Wow. You hurt me.
It's okay. You're safe now. It's gonna be okay.
Hey homesteaders, everything that you see in this show is available in real life. When you see the link or the QR code on your screen, that'll take you to a page where you can learn more about and purchase the products that you saw in this episode.
So today we're going to be canning all the raspberries that we picked up at the homestead this morning. I've been filling up my canning pot with water and we're going to get it to boil. This is our first step here, but it's actually the last step. The water takes forever to boil, so we're getting it started now. So we didn't pick these raspberries from the store, so they're going to have leaves and bugs and stems, and we're going to sift through them to make sure they're nice and clean for our jam. I don't know everything about homesteading. There's totally maybe a better way to sift through produce than looking at every raspberry. Leave a comment if you think so, but this is how I've done it so far. Some of our raspberries are this golden variety. They're not like super unripe raspberries. They're just, that's the way they are. Okay, this is a job for a professional. Are you a professional smasher?
Smash.
So we're gonna add pectin to our jam, and so I'm gonna measure the fruit because the pectin instructions ask for prepared fruit, which means I need to know exactly how much fruit we have so I can add the exact right amount of water and the right amount of pectin. So I'm gonna add water to the jam as per the recipe. This is our raspberry water we collected earlier. And then we're gonna boil that. I've calculated the amount of sugar and pectin that I need. I'm gonna measure them out beforehand because I'll add the pectin with a little bit of sugar to this first, so I need to know the total quantities before I get started. Based on the amount of prepared fruit we have, we know that we need 10.5 tablespoons of pectin. So you need the berries to be boiling before you add pectin, and you need to add it a little bit at a time and stir it. Otherwise it'll clump up and it's basically impossible to break it up once you've added it. So you can see it's ready to go. It's come to a full boil. I'm gonna put these lids in boiling water to make the seal nice and pliable. Now that it's boiling again, we're gonna add all of the sugar at once. So you wanna fill the jars to about a 1/2 inch within the top. So we've got this little magnet to collect lids from the boiling water and place them on top. So of all the berries we harvest on the homestead, I would say raspberries are the least labor intensive. We harvest choke cherries from the forest. It's really cool because you're harvesting from these really beautiful trees and the flavor's amazing, but they have these teeny pits and just very little fruit, so you have to grind them first and then boil them, and these you just mash them up. It's pretty straightforward. You know, after all that work, I got 8 jars of jam, and sometimes it seems silly that I didn't run to the grocery store and buy it. It's a perfect one. Do you want to cheers? Cheers. Cheers. But really out of this, what I got is a ton of time with my son. He got to learn about where his food comes from, and I'm super excited to crack open those jars and have him remember the smashing the berries and collecting the berries. Like, that's absolutely worth way more than I could have gotten at the grocery store.
My name is Brittany, and welcome to my community garden. The world can feel like a crazy, heavy, and overwhelming place sometimes. We've all felt it. And you know, there's something about connecting with nature that regrounds us away from it all. When I first started my hobby as gardening, it was because I liked the idea of knowing where my food was coming from, having grown it with my own 2 hands. But little did I know that it would become my mental escape that made me feel alive and at peace and genuinely fulfilled being a part of the cycle of life. So I applied for a community garden plot earlier this year and transformed the space before building out garden beds to start growing vegetables and herbs, and really discovered that gardening offers some unique mental health benefits. As someone with a background in psychology and mental health, I found the research pretty fascinating. One 2022 study found that participating in garden activities may have psychotherapeutic effects by improving mental health and enhancing psychological well-being, no matter your age. Also, studies have shown that spending time in green spaces can lower cortisol and reduce feelings of anxiety. Spending time outdoors can naturally improve your mood, and exposure to natural light like the sun enhances vitamin D levels, which is linked to better mental health. Then there's the physical activity that's involved with gardening, which is a form of moderate exercise that helps release endorphins, which enhances mood and energy levels. Not to mention, gardening encourages mindfulness. When you're focused on nurturing your plants, you're in the moment, which helps to release worries about the past or the future. It really is a therapeutic practice that nurtures the mind, body, and spirit. So if you're considering gardening and it seems overwhelming, just remember that it's okay to start somewhere, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Enjoy the experience, learn as you go, and know that you're benefiting your mental health on the way.
So our daughter got this idea. She's raising money for a charity for little girls who've lost a parent, and she wanted to sell like super boutique jars of jam. And like everything else in our life, it turned into a 3-ring monkey circus.
I'm sorry. This boat, I have to put this in here or else it's gonna do bad things.
So we went out and found them in the wild. We do this a lot as a family. We're like this homesteading family who loves to go pick forest berries.
We know that not everyone has access to berries in your backyard. And even though we love elderberry and choke cherries, we don't have them on our property. So the solution for us and for you also is to find them in your community. In our experience, people are pretty open to letting you come by for an hour or two and clear out fruit that they weren't going to harvest. Even better if you can bring them back a jar or two after you're done. So if you don't have fruit in your backyard or don't have the space for it, look around in your area and see if there are bushes or trees that you can harvest from with permission.
Choke cherries are slower to pick. Elderberries pretty fast, but once you get them in your kitchen, it's the reverse. The elderberries are so much more demanding in the removal from the stem. So it's a slow process.
With elderberry, you can kind of harvest it in florets, and then you have to remove them all from the stem, remove all those little berries, and then we run them through the Victorio food processor.
This thing is awesome.
It actually like gets rid of all the seeds. It turns into jam. And then we'll put it in a pot, heat it up, add a little bit of sugar, add a little bit of lemon just to make sure the acidity is safe.
Let's try it. Perfect.
Bam! We have one of the tastiest jams done. Label it, paint it, ship it.
As much as homesteading is about preparedness and self-reliance, for us, it's even more about family. Homesteading is our kid-raising strategy. That means it affects every aspect of our lives. It isn't just planning for what may or may not come. God has given us a little bit of time here on earth to live, raise our children, and love others. Homesteading is how we honor everything God has given us.